It's Humphrey's interview.
Those go to the broadcast. I'm going to grab your tonight.
Oh, these are the ones that he handed me. Sorry.
You good? If we get a lineup soon, no. But if we don't get a lineup, yes.
They'll be bringing you all the game action. And the link to the broadcast website. Fans, we're so very proud of all the sponsors that have come on board to help sponsor the Clovers. We'll be mentioning them all evening long. They include DPC.
The Clovers are back here at East Clayton Community Park. Went on the road, had a big win over the Kinston Wingmen. Now puts them in the current playoff spot. They're number 2 in the Eastern Division. Now they're 1 game ahead of the Wingmen. A big game here today, Will.
Absolutely. If you're the Clovers looking at this game, this is the biggest game of the season so far.
Could be the difference of a 4-game swing between the 2 games that we played against the Wingmen. We were previously down, now up 1, a chance to pad that lead. Obviously, for the Wingmen, a chance to try and reclaim that playoff spot. As you may notice, the field is looking good. Players have not taken their positions yet. Still doing a bit of field maintenance.
Ladies and gentlemen,
our ground
please
crew
direct your
is
attention here
working
to
very hard,
the
but we
pitcher's
are
mound.
going to have a
I want to give
ceremonial
a
first pitch
warm
here. So
Clovers
things are moving
welcome.
along.
Yes, it's
People out
Little
here
League
tonight.
night,
Andy
so
Nepper.
we have
Andy
a
Nepper is the
special
president
young
of the
guest,
Johnston County
aspiring
Little
baseball
League.
player,
Andy, a
hopefully
big
a
round of
future
applause.
Clover, giving the first
Johnston
pitch.
County Little League is based right out of 14009 Buffalo Road in Archer
So we will
Lodge.
get back
You
to
can,
you
go online at
when we are a little more set
info
for
at
game time, but wanted to come in
LLB.com.
and give you an
For the
update.
motto
We are
is
just a
character,
few minutes
and
away.
loyalty.
Don't
But
go
he's got
anywhere.
a
You're watching
very
Clayton
special guest
Clovers
here,
Baseball.
Charlie Austin.
We're getting ready to start up here at East Clayton Community Park. Already emphasized how big of a game this is for the Clovers. Will, what are your thoughts?
It's essentially a playoff game. I know we're a long way, well, we're a few games away from the end of the season, but not many of the games remaining on the Clovers schedule are Old North State League games. We have a couple exhibitions, and this is an important divisional game. Only one game ahead of the Wingmen, and you have that playoff spot.
Absolutely, a win today would go huge in the Clovers' chance at making the playoffs. Now it's going to be Seth Bullock on the mound again for the Clovers. We've seen him quite a few times. Quite a few good showings so far. So he is the front man here as the Clovers look to build on this playoff spot. For your Clovers in the field, it's going to be Mike Snyder over at first, Will Orr at second, and JoJo Allen at third. Out in the field, Zach Mayan at left, Jack Stark at center, and Garrett Moffitt at right. Zoltulski, as always, at shortstop. It'll be Alex Levesque behind the mound. Davey Morgan not in the lineup today. Is overall interesting. Don't know what it is. Could be a day of rest. He has been playing. In fact, this is the first game I think I have been here for where Davey Morgan's not playing. So his rests are much
Definitely a rest day.
Third baseman number 2, Fisher Harrison.
Davey Morgan went on the road against Kinston, hit a 3-run home run, so put his name on the list of Clovers hitting home runs. Mike Snyder currently leading with 2. And that first one is popped up high out into right center field.
Sliding over in center
Jack
field.
Stark underneath it. He'll make the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out here for Seth Bullock and the Clovers.
Community College.
The most efficient start in baseball.
Round.
So Fisher Harrison out on a pop fly. It's going to be Shumana Brown now, number 36 for the Wingmen. First one rings in as a ball. I want to commend the coaching staff, the general managers, for how good this field looks now.
Everyone pitched in, John. It was truly a team effort.
That one fouled off. A rain-dumping 15 minutes definitely put today in a bit of a question. But, I mean, we've seen it before. The grounds crew here at East Clayton Community Park came in and saved the day once again. After last night was postponed until the 22nd. Definitely did not want to keep postponing games, especially these league games that mean so much. That one popped up high in foul territory, drifting towards out of play, but JoJo Allen able to make the play at the fence, make it 2 outs here for the Clovers.
2 down now for the left fielder from Nashville, North Carolina. He's an NC Wesleyan.
I think all the Clovers here would rather have the late start today rather than have pushed the game back to another day.
Right, you don't want to play so many days in a row or multiple games in a row to the point that if you do make it to the playoffs, you're just dead tired.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be gassed. A bit of a break between where the regular season ends for the Clovers is that one is going to hit Travis Gamachi
with 2 outs.
So a 2-out hit by pitch. Put somebody on first now for the Wingmen. It's going to be Carter Starkweather now. But the Clovers regular season ends on the 24th when they go to Brunswick. Then it is not until the next Thursday that the playoffs start. So they'll have a few days off as this one's popped up. Zoltulski makes the catch, so 4 up, 3 down. Clovers moving on to the bottom of the first now. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Clayton Clovers baseball. We're getting set here for the Clovers' first
Leading off the bottom of the
offensive
first for
inning
your Clovers.
of the game. It's going to be
He's
Garrett
with the
Moffitt
NC
leading things
State
off.
Wolfpack.
He'll be followed by Zach Zotowski, Mike
He's a
Snyder,
redshirt freshman
JoJo
right
Allen,
fielder.
Jackson
Numero
Temap,
uno,
Alex
Garrett
Knight, Will Orr,
Moffitt.
Zach Lyon, and Jack Stark. One of the things I love seeing whenever I wouldn't necessarily call this a backups game by any means, but when we see a few big names like Davey Morgan resting, Isaiah Thomas resting, I love seeing the rest of the names and realizing how deep this Clovers dugout goes.
Yes, and it's great to see Will Orr work his way into the lineup because the staff of the Clovers is just so excited at what he can do.
Big swing and a miss there from Moffitt makes it a 1-1 count. Will Orr, certainly someone we've seen a ton of potential from and flashes of greatness. His fielding has been consistent. It's been effective. His hitting we haven't seen a ton of so far, but from when he has hit, it's been good. Garrett Moffitt pops that one out into left field. Caught, good for out one.
From Raleigh, North Carolina.
So now
He's a UMO Trojan.
one of the most
A junior
consistent
shortstop.
players we've seen
Number
so
6,
far,
I like to
Zach
call him
Zotowski.
Zach
I remember at the beginning of the
Zotowski.
season, we were kind of rotating between who would play shortstop. There were a few different names that came to mind, a few different players that were good at the position, but man, once we saw Zoltowski step up in that position, there was just no other option.
He looks like a duck in water at that position.
Certainly done. Zach Zoltowski takes strike one. He'll take a half swing of that one. Makes contact, fouls it out. Now an 0-2 count. And that one hit out towards the Kinston shortstop. He'll make the play over at first. Good for out two. So now 2 up, 2 down for the Clovers. And it's going to be Big Mike
From
up
Fort Wayne,
next.
Indiana. By way of Indiana Tech. Your senior first
All
baseman, the
season we
big
were
man,
talking about
number
Mike
5,
Snyder
Mike
and how
Snyder.
we thought he'd be the first to hit a home run. And while he wasn't the first to hit a home run, he's now leading the home run race. 2 home runs in his last 4 games. This dude is on fire.
John, this is the most dangerous man in the ballpark right now.
Sure, anybody else could heat up, but we've seen pitchers afraid
Oh
of
my
Snyder.
goodness!
Hey, no.
Oh!
Not lead off, but
The most dangerous man in the ballpark.
most dangerous man he is. Mike Snyder, another shot. My goodness. The 2-out solo home run gives Mike Snyder his 3rd home run, and the Clovers an early 1-0 lead here. Talk about a way to build momentum.
Way to announce yourself into the game.
It
Holy
looked effortless,
cow.
too.
Holy cow.
Effortless.
Your third baseman.
I mean, he took a swing at it, but after first contact, my initial thought was, like, not flying. And then the second it hung for more than just a second, it was all over. Little to no wind either. Mike Snyder did that all on his own. It's also good to see the rain did not dampen the spirits of not only the Clovers dugout, but of the Clovers faithful here at East Clayton Community Park.
It is a very good crowd as
JoJo Allen hits that one out to left field. Ends the bottom of the first inning with the Clovers take the lead on a home run by Mike Snyder. So now we are going to the top of the second. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball. So Jacob Alvarado leads things off now for the Wingmen after they find themselves down 1-0. Big solo shot by Mike Snyder there.
Absolutely huge. We talk about a lot of the time how important it is to get runs and get them early so that you have the lead, and that's exactly what that shot did.
We found in a lot of these battles here at East Clayton Community Park how when both teams won it, you don't really see too high scoring of a game. So run's certainly a commodity in a game like this, as that is called for strike 2. But you're absolutely right. Getting that early run, as long as the Clovers do not come complacent, which they shouldn't. It's only a 1-0 game. I don't expect them to. But with that 1-0 shot, you start to build confidence now. If you can keep that confidence building, it's all over from there. Now a full count here for Jacob Alvarado. And they're going to call that strike 3 looking. He thought he had the walk, was about through his bat, was about to start jogging down, but nonetheless, Seth Bullock picks up his first out of the day. So now Bryce Stanton, the catcher here for the Wingmen. And the first one is just a bit high. It's good to see Seth Bullock come off with such a hot start right now. And when you see the offense start delivering like that for you in your first inning, you can even build some confidence as a pitcher that not all the pressure is going to be on you today.
That's definitely right.
That one blooped out into right field.
Right fielder,
Garrett Moffitt sprints in, makes the grab. Deceptively difficult play there. Garrett Moffitt made it look easy, though.
Moffitt showed his speed off on that one to track the ball all the way from right field. Almost got to where the center field is supposed to be on that play and just cut him off towards the ball.
We've seen just how dangerous of a base runner Garrett Moffitt can be. Good to see that translate. That one's hit right towards the pitcher. And not quite in time, went past Seth Bullock.
Jarman reaches. But the runner at first with 2 outs for the
there.
designated hitter from Moorhead City.
Will Orr tried to get there.
Number 26,
Just a little bit of a bobble. Made it a difficult play.
It's okay, though. Only a person on first base, and you have 2 outs.
Saw a very similar first inning. 2 quick outs. A hit by pitch in that case put a runner on first. And then it was just another pop fly. No reason for the Clovers to lose composure here by any means.
And honestly, having some situations in a game like this where you have a runner on base and getting out of it can ease you into it even more defensively.
And hugs the outside line. Good for strike 1. Now a 1-1 count here for Daniel Kachinchai. Runner's going to take off. Ball is in the dirt. Alex Levesque was not quite able to collect it in time to throw it down, so Wade Jarman collects his stolen base. Still just a 2-1 count. Does put a runner in scoring position, though. That one fouled back, making it even deuces.
Oh, it happened again, John.
Wow. Another ball stuck in the fence. Second time we've seen this in, a week?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if I've seen this at any point in my life, but I've now seen it twice in 1 week. And they say lightning doesn't strike the same place twice.
Ooh.
As that one hit out towards Orr. Oh, unable to make the throw to first. Runner will come home. Ties up the game for the Wingmen. Kachinchai ends up reaching second on an initial hit. And then would you designate that as an error on the second end of it?
I have that as an error.
So a error there. Kachinchai reaches to second. Brings home Wade Jarman. Now a tie ball game at 1-1.
That's so tough, though, because Will Orr made an excellent dive to get the ball. He just couldn't get the throw to first base. And of course, it goes against the fence on the first baseline, and it allows the Wingmen to advance and score.
So now a 1-0 count here for Dawson Abels. We expected this to be a tough game nonetheless.
The teams are wearing black and blue because that's how the physicality is going to be for these guys. They're going to do anything they can to win this game.
Well, both these teams desperately looking to get into the playoffs. Clovers looking to make that impression in their first season in the Old North State League. Having a chance to win the whole thing is an exciting feeling. And the Wingmen, on the other hand, trying to get into the playoffs, trying to make their dent on this Eastern Division. I'm interested, too, to see this double elimination style playoff that the Old North State League is doing. A lot more exciting than a lot of the single elimination we see other leagues around this time of year going.
Abels draws 2-1, puts runners at first
Dawson
and second
Abels
for the
draws
top
a
of the
walk.
order.
So now runners at
Rotation
first and
number two.
second. Still only one in scoring position. 2 outs all the board. All the Clovers got to do is get this last out.
Just have to get ahead of everything. That's the word that we've heard from the coaching staff all years. Just get ahead of everything.
So it has been the motto, really. And when we see this team really live by that, getting ahead, you see the difference in play. It's a hard mindset to keep intact, though. As that comes in with a big swing and miss, 0-1 count now for Abels. Not Abels, excuse me. Back to the top of the lineup, Fisher Harrison. Abels currently on first. That one chopped out towards first, runs just foul as it approaches the bag. A little unfortunate there for the Clovers. Would have been an easy tag up there for Snyder.
It would have.
That one on the inside, a looking strike three. Harrison not happy with it, but that is the second K of the day now for Bullock. Clovers let one go, but it's still a tie ball game now, 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the second. We're in for an exciting ball game here. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball.
Clayton, North Carolina, by way of Trelawney University. Junior, designated hitter number 33, Jackson Dunlap.
So the hometown kid now comes to the plate. Jackson Dunlap Now in the designated hitter slot, we've seen him kind of rotate between first base, right field, designated hitter. He's performed well in all of the positions he's been tasked with.
Exactly. He's a great utility player for this Clovers lineup. You can really put him anywhere, and he will put in the effort for you and shine in that position.
He's also a hitter who may not look like the flashiest player of all time as he drops that one into left center field. But as I was going to say, always comes in when the Clovers.
That's a leadoff single. Jackson from left.
Huge leadoff single there for Dunlap. Easily one of the
That brings
clutchest
up your
players
catcher.
for the Clovers.
Mm-hmm.
From right here in Clayton. Redshirt freshman number 4, Alex. Levesque.
So now Alex Levesque, the catcher. Between Alex Levesque and Luke Bowen, two very talented catchers that the Clovers are sporting in the dugout right now.
Exactly. Their rotation has been phenomenal
It's
all
always
season.
nice when you have two catchers you can go back and forth on reliably, and we've seen that, them switch between Levesque and Bowen, not quite nightly, but usually on a homestand, away stand basis. Keeps them fresh, keeps them ready to go. Can't ask for anything else. It's now a 1-1 count here for Levesque. Has Dunlap on first after the leadoff single. That one popped up high just past the infield. Flies a little bit higher. Center fielder's got it, though. Good for out one. Dunlap remains out at first.
Coming to the plate. He's the William Peace Pacer. Second baseman number 28, Will Orr.
So now Will Orr steps up. Almost feels like the whole town of Clayton's excited to see what Will Orr is made of and what he can do as he takes that one on the inside for ball number 1.
It's the batter for the Clovers that we know the least about, so it's kind of a wild card.
Can be hard to judge if someone in one of their first few games has a bad performance. After all, they're in the lineup for a reason. The coaches trust them, especially in a big game like this. If you get the call up, you know you're real stuff. We'll foul that one off. 2-1 count here for Orr. In fact, a lot of the players we saw who may have started off slow ended up being some of the better players throughout the season.
Yeah, because you're coming off of the college season for a lot of these players, and you gotta have some rest to actually get your body. You're playing from the start of the college season all the way to the end of the summer, which they aren't usually doing. So it can be really tough.
That one fouled up high and back. Loaded up count now. Absolutely can. It can be tough to switch styles of baseball. Even if the level of competition you're facing is similar, switching to that wood bat can be a challenge for a lot of these college hitters who primarily use metal bats and have for ever since the Little League days. Jackson Dunlap takes off. Not that it matters. It's a walk. So now runners are at first and second.
Ford draws the 1-out walk with runners at first and second for your left fielder from Raleigh, North Carolina.
That's
And
it, Zach Lyon.
battling Bishop Senior lucky number 7, Zach Lyon.
Sounds like he's got himself a bit of a fan club over there. It's hard not to like the guy. We've gotten to do a few interviews with him. He swings that first one. A fantastic catch over there by the third baseman. That's a hard play to make.
It's a hard play to make, but wow, if you're the batter,
From Virginia Beach,
so
Virginia.
unlucky.
That was Gaston College. Freshman center fielder number 17, Jack Stark.
Good contact off the bat. Really good swing. Just unfortunately put the ball right towards the infielder.
So now the Clovers make it to the ninth batter, Jack Stark. Stark, who has been a fantastic fielder throughout the season.
We were talking about rotations earlier. His rotation with Isaiah Thomas in center field is another really good rotation for the Clovers.
And that one falls behind the shortstop. Big play for the Clovers here as Jackson Dunlap comes home to score. Clovers pick up another run. Jack Stark with the RBI single.
For more information about KS Bank, visit online at KS Bank INC.
I really love for this Clovers lineup where anyone in the order, no matter where they are, can create that spark that the Clovers really feed off of.
It's the quality of a playoff team.
Is that a dangerous thing to say right now? I don't think so.
It's
I think
what playoff teams do.
What I think this Clovers roster is overall talented enough to win the whole thing. There's no doubt about that. We've seen just how good they can be, and when they are hot, I tell you, they are hot. But with the superstitious game that is baseball, I'm going to be not putting all my eggs in any basket until we get a little closer.
Anything can happen any day, Joe.
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
Absolutely. That one fouled back. 2-1 count. Clovers certainly on a hot streak right now. 4 of their last 4 games, all wins.
Now, is that a dangerous thing to say, John?
It might be. It might be. I'm not going to lie to you. Going on the outside. 3-1 count now. We'll say, I think this is a superstitious team as well overall. We saw they played cornhole. They started winning games. And they kept playing cornhole as Jack Stark takes off to second. He'll have no competition. So now 2 runners in scoring position at second and third. As soon as the Clovers lost the game, that cornhole tradition ended.
Bases for the Clovers. For your shortstop, Z Square, Zach Soltuski.
So now the bases are loaded with Zach Soltuski at the plate.
2 outs on the board. It can be a dangerous scenario for either team here. You don't want to strand 3 on bases, and if you're the other side, you don't want to let a single one get home. Moments like this help decide the game. And Zoltowski takes a good swing at that one. Oh, and a jump man catch out there in right field. That will end the bottom of the second. Going to the third now. Clovers retake the lead now 2-1. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. Shumata Brown now steps up to the plate. And once again, the Wingmen find themselves down just one run. Seth Bullock on the mound for his third inning of work, and he'll dot up the strike zone with an immediate strike.
We started to see those dipping pitches that come up and then go down into the strike zone. And it's going to give those Wingman batters a lot of trouble if Bullock can keep that up.
We saw that with that swing and miss just then, too. It's one of the things I love about watching Seth Bullock is he really knows how to get batters swinging at absolutely nothing, and it is so much fun to watch. So an 0-2 count here for Brown. That one comes in high. Brown takes the duck. 1-2 count now. I don't know if it's just me, Will, but I feel like Kinston Wingmen are definitely crowding up the strike zone a bit on the plate.
They are, and that's why you saw some borderline pitches where they will be called strikes, but it could also hit the batter.
Now a throw over to first in time.
At shortstop.
Zoltowski able to grab it. Clovers showing not resiliency, but showing
left fielder number 18, Travis Gamachi.
An ability to not get flustered. I was looking for the right word there.
That play by Zoltowski definitely settles down the infield after those couple mistakes that they had last inning.
And it allows Seth Bullock to kind of take a deep breath, know he can trust his infield. And a foul tip there makes it a 1-1 count. Travis Camachi.
There always has to be a large focus on the play that you can make rather than focusing on the play that you didn't when you're in the infield.
Certainly an important thing, and with the infield, your confidence can be just as important as a pitcher or a batter's confidence. That one popped up high. Will Orr's got it. Good for out two.
Brings up now the first baseman, number 31.
Sometimes when an error or two slips by, allows you to get really flustered. We saw that with the Clovers last home game. The shortstop made an error, made a second error in the same inning. His night just wasn't great. And we've seen the Clovers been able to bounce back from errors like that so well. Now a 2-0 count here. Starkweather fouls that one, make it 2-1. 2 outs on the board, nobody on bases. Starkweather looks to keep this inning alive.
Seth Bullock has transitioned from his high up to down curveball to a bit of a slider left to right.
Starkweather draws a 2-out walk.
Well, as he works his
Brings up now the right fielder, number
way
34,
through the
Jacob
second
Alvarado.
time around the order, curious if he has a better idea. And they've played a lot of these batters so many times this season. Wondering if he has some specialized pitches for each batter.
It's possible. Yes, John, that was a completely different pitch.
That one down low, but a good block there by Alex Levesque. Keeps things on the rails here. Runner on first, 2 outs. So now a 3-0 count here for Jacob Alvarado. Miss there to end the inning. Frustration from
Third
Jacob
hit of the day
Alvarado.
for Bullock ends the inning in the top of the third.
Bullock
No
having
runs, no
his
hits,
way
one walk,
with
no
the
errors,
Kinston
one left on, hit
batters.
to the bottom of the
We
third.
go down to the
Clovers
bottom of the
lead
third.
2-1.
Clovers with a chance to pad their lead. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton. Clovers baseball.
Leading off the bottom of the third, your first
Mike
baseman, number
Snyder
5,
now
Mike
leading things
Snyder.
off here for the Clovers. Had a massive solo home run shot in his first at-bat. Still the same pitcher. We're swinging for the fences on that one too there, Will.
I mean, Mike Snyder at this point, his walk-up song is all about rage, and he's raging right now through these games.
Certainly inspires fear. We've talked on and on about how good of a walk-up song that is. Now 1-1 count here for Mike Snyder. We'll take a chop at that one. Goes up high. Shallow right field. They'll make the grab. Good for out one on the inning.
Your third baseman.
Now JoJo
Number
Allen has
24,
a
he is
chance here.
JoJo
Third baseman for the Clovers.
Allen.
JoJo Allen's one of those base runners you want to keep off the bases by any means necessary. So that first one comes down and low, ball one. And that one chopped over towards the third baseman, takes a high bounce. He's racing, and it is not in time. JoJo Allen reaches on the infield single.
JoJo Allen.
The bounce of that ball had everything to do with that, paired with JoJo Allen's speed.
That brings back to the plate your designated
Now
hitter, number
Jackson
32,
Dunlap
Jackson Dunlap.
has his chance to extend this inning.
And I'm sure we're going to see JoJo Allen try and steal second. Probably on the second or third pitch.
He usually starts off acting not too aggressive, and then
It's a juror in our dizzy back
Right
competition.
as
Go
the
ahead and make
pitcher
your way
will
to the dugout again. Dizzy back
look away.
competitors, make
You
your
see
way to the
JoJo Allen
dugout
almost
now.
change his entire body language. It's fascinating to watch. You see it there.
Ooh.
Really thought about taking off there. Did not. 1-1 count now for Dunlap. he knows that pitchers know just how dangerous he is, too. I mean, he's one of the few players who you'll see hugging the bag right until the pitch happens. And that one hit out towards right field, fouled off.
He
That
really,
would have been a massive hit.
Allen really thought about it, John. He almost turned his body all the way towards second to take off.
Now 1-2 count here for Dunlap. Only one out on the board. JoJo Allen out at first. That one down low evens it up, deuces. And now the 2-2 pitch. In for a looking strike three. That is Smith's first strikeout of the day. Could not come at a more crucial time.
Number 4, Alex.
It's going to be Alex Levesque now. He's got California Love blasting through East Clayton Community Park. So now 2 outs on the board for the Clovers. They got JoJo Allen, and he's taken off. And a perfectly placed throw. It's going to get JoJo Allen out. His speed did not help him there. That was one of the best throws down to second.
In the bottom of the third, no runs.
This
One
whole
hit,
season.
no walks,
Perfectly
no
placed,
errors,
as you
no
said,
one
John.
left. We're 3-3 score remains. Clayton 2.
Still
Kinston
2-1
1.
here for the Clovers. Now to the 4th inning. Don't go anywhere. You are
All right,
watching
fans, it's now
Clayton
time for one of our
baseball.
favorite events here.
So now back to the Wingmen. They find themselves down a run here in the 4th inning, and it's Bryce Stanton, 0 for 1 on the day, who will be leading things off. That first pitch on the inside, Seth Bullock back for his 4th inning of work. Now a 2-0 count. Levesque drops the ball twice. Looked like a shared chuckle between the pitcher and catcher duo. Huge swing and a miss on that inside pitch. 2-1 count now. That one fouled off, evens it up, 2s.
Seth Bullock said weird works for him. And one of his pitches, you look kind of weird.
That one hit towards JoJo Allen. He whips it over to first. Mike Snyder unable to make the grab.
Start. Stanton
Looked like it
reaches
would have been a bit
first.
of an awkward catch there for Snyder. So Stanton Bryce reaches first.
Lines up now, the
Bryce
second
Stanton.
baseman, number 11, Wade.
It's going to be Wade Jarman now up next.
Credit to Alex Vick to get over by the first base fence to keep the ball from staying over there, and it prevented the Kinston Wingman runner to advance.
Alex Levesque has been just one of those catchers who will put everything on the line. Is that one? But rolls foul.
Ooh.
Excellent awareness there by Levesque.
That was very close. There was a lot of backspin on that ball, and it really looked 50-50 from here. I'm sure it was a little bit closer than we could see, but boy, that could have stayed fair and he would have been safe.
It would be kind of an insane bunt to have it be that close to home. So an 0-1 count here for Wade Jarman. That one down low, Levesque flips off the mask, gets there. 1-1 count now.
Is that a strike or a ball?
I think it was a ball.
He offered, yeah. Went to that.
And that one bunted again. Now 1-2 count. I expect we won't see too many bunts from Wade Jarman at this at-bat anymore. You can already see the Wingmen, knowing how much of a commodity a run is, trying so hard just to advance. Bryce Stanton, the second.
They know how important it is to even get one run in an inning in this game.
And a huge swing and miss there. Another strikeout. Make that 4 on the day for Seth Bullock.
For the first out, brings up the designated hitter, number 26, Daniel.
Already a strong performance from Bullock.
Absolutely has been. 4 innings, just 1 run, 4 strikeouts. Now Daniel Kakinkai. Huge swing and miss there to open it up. Strike 1.
Mr. Weird has gone to work.
Clearly so liked by his teammates, too. A part of possibly one of the most fun bullpens in all of baseball.
You definitely have some characters in there.
Got the voted on funniest player of the team back there, Shane Moriarty. An all-star and Will Leonard.
Beyond that, Will Leonard really seems like a team leader.
Certainly has that aura around him. Knows when to have fun, but knows when to really get in the zone. That one. Hit up high, drifting
Moffitt.
over.
In right.
Moffitt
Route
able to
number
make
2.
the grab out number 2.
Brings up now the shortstop, the number 9 hitter, number 3, Dawson Abel.
Pittman, another one of those team leaders in the bullpen.
Cam Dunlap, the gymnast.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the more athletic players on the team, which is saying something because this is a very athletic team. Can do a backflip on the ground, which earned him quite a few votes for best dancer as well, including from Chris Powers, the assistant coach. That one's hit out. Zach Zoltolski unable to make the grab.
2-out single for Abel.
So the 2-out single. Push runners on first and second now for the Wingmen, but again, 2 outs. We're saying the Wingmen able to make a lot of moves with 2 outs, but just unable to bring anybody home with that.
But you're going to face moments like this in the playoffs if you make it there. So this is some good situational practice, and also important to face situations like this in this game because you're going to be in a situation like this later on.
I think this game is going to be such a good representation of what a playoff game is going to feel like. After all, both these teams playing with the playoffs on the line. So 2 outs on the board, no 2 count here. That one on the inside. 1-2 count now. Fisher Harrison struck out in his last at-bat. And that one just outside the zone, evens it up at 2-2. Seth Bullock's one of those pitchers that when he misses the strike zone, you're rarely going to see it be a large miss. As that one's popped up, center field, Jack Stark underneath it,
Jack
makes
Stark
the grab, good for out number 3.
In the top
We head
of
now
the
to
fourth.
the
One
bottom
hit,
of
no
the
errors.
4th.
One
Don't
left
go
on,
anywhere.
we
You
hit to
are
the
watching
bottom of the
Clayton.
fourth. Score remains
Clovers
Clayton
baseball.
2, Kinston 1.
So Alex Levesque now steps up, and in the last inning at bat as well, Jojo Allen caught over there at second. So now he gets another chance at his second at bat. And that first one outside, ball 1. So a quick 2-0 count here for the catcher. And that one up high. 3-0 count. Levesque finds himself in a very batter-friendly count here. And Levesque draws the leadoff walk. Puts a runner at first here for Will Orr.
That's a very good start because, as always, every run is important. And padding the lead just makes your defense that more comfortable, your pitcher that much more comfortable, and really starts building that confidence.
That one chopped on over to third, stays fair, and they'll get Levesque out at second. So Will Orr reaches on the fielder's choice. Still a runner on first, but now one out on the board.
Your left fielder, lucky number 7, Zach Lyon.
And it's Zach Lyon now up next. So an 0-1 count early for Lyon. Runner's going to take off. Will Orr safe at second. So that puts a runner in scoring position here for the Clovers. We just went out on the board. 1-1 count for Zach Lyon. It was another fantastic throw by the Kinston catcher. Just was not there in time. They'll check on Orr over at second. No avail. 1-1 count still. That makes it a 2-1 count. A very slow but important at-bat here for Zach Lyon.
And you see the Wingmen trying to slow the game down to make it easier for the pitcher.
Certainly a very effective strategy. Things are moving just a bit fast for them to begin this game. And that one popped up high. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder. Will Orr racing home. It's going to be close. Will Orr safe at home. Pick up another run. Making a 3-1 game now for Clayton.
For more information, they are your neighbor and they
What a reach.
RBI double.
A dive and a reach by Will Orr. That was amazing.
Certainly showed off
Your
high
center fielder,
level
number 17,
skills
Jack
there.
Stark.
So one out on the board now to the bottom of the order. It's going to be Jack Stark. Has Lyon out at second. So 1-0 count here. And he'll take the bunt. A perfectly laid bunt. But Jack Stark not quite there in time. Now 2 outs on the board for the Clovers, but Zach Lyon does advance over to third. Another run just 90 feet away here. And we are back to the top of the order. Garrett Moffitt will take a minute, though. The manager coming out to talk to Smith, the pitcher. Wondering if this is going to be his night here. Not yet, it seems. Possibly just talking about strategies to keep the Clovers from expanding on that lead. So a long meeting here. And it looks like Smith's day is indeed done. So a new pitcher coming out. We'll get you their name and number when we come back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. Was it number 7? 17?
17.
You're participating in our sack race. Go ahead and make your way over to the dugout. Sack race competitors.
The Wingmen turn to Jackson Gauss now on the mound. Wingmen find themselves down 3-1 in this crucial playoff battle game here against the Clovers. Garrett Moffitt at bat. 2 outs on the board here for the Clovers and a runner at third in Zach Lyon. For the Wingmen, definitely want to finish out this inning cleanly if you can.
We have seen instances where the team turns to the bullpen and the game really opens up offensively for their opponent.
Certainly always a dangerous move to make. That one fouls off, 2-1 count. We've also seen a lot of 2-out offense from the Clovers so far this season. It's played a large portion in a lot of these close games. We'll see if that comes into play at all here. That one way outside. 3-1 count now. And Moffitt tips that one, making a 3-2 count now. So a loaded up count. Potentially a pretty big at-bat here in this game. Runner at third, 3-2, 2 outs. Moffitt takes a high swing at that one. People racing after it. Left fielder makes a sliding grab to end the inning. Excellent play by their outfield. So the Clovers up 3-1 now as we go to the 5th inning. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's
Shamana Brown leads things off here for the Kinston Wingmen. Now they find themselves down 2 runs. Top of the 5th inning now. That one hit out foul. 0-1 count here for Brown. Seth Bullock still on the mound. He has had 4 absolutely crushing innings so far. Only 1 run let by, 4 strikeouts.
Like you haven't just been running for 4 days.
That one on the outside evens it up to a 1-1 count. Only 3 free passes so far today, 2 in the form of walks and another in a hit by pitch. 2-1 count. And that one pop fly behind us. Now a race between all the little leaguers to see who's coming home with a souvenir today. 2-2 count. That one down low, loads it up now. It's always fun having the Johnston County Little Leaguers here with us today. That's going to be a lead-off walk for
at first.
Shimada Brown.
For the left fielder, number 18, Travis Gamache.
Now Travis Gamache going to have his opportunity to make an impact on this game. They've got a runner on first. No outs on the board yet. Big swing and a miss there. 0-1 count for Gamache. That one just a bit low. 1-1 count now. That one blooped out. Garrett Moffitt got it.
Right field is Garrett
for out number one. Now on to Carter Starkweather for the Wingmen.
Number 31, Carter Starkweather.
And that one in there for strike one.
Well, we'll see how much longer Seth Bullock goes, but the fact that he is still in the game and looking to finish out this inning really makes you feel good.
My goodness, 0-2 count. And there it is. Seth Bullock picks up a huge strikeout there for the Starkweather. 5 strikeouts for Seth Bullock alone tonight.
Pitching out of his mind.
Another huge swing and a miss. Seth Bullock absolutely on fire right now. And for the third time down the order, too, this is just some impressive pitching on Seth Bullock's part. Runner's going to take off. That ball hit up high. Looks like it's still in fair territory. Garrett Moffitt able to make the grab. That'll wrap up the top of the 5th inning. Now we head to the bottom of the 5th. Clovers still up 3-1. Don't go anywhere. You were watching Clayton Clovers baseball.
Clovers.
Zach Zoltuski now
Shortstop,
leading
C
things off
squared, number
here
6, Zach
for the
Zoltuski.
Clovers. Known as the Z Squared by our PA announcer Jeff Garner. It's one of the better nicknames we've seen throughout this season.
And he certainly earned it with how good he's been for this team. Clutch hits, a walk-off this year, and all the excellent fielding play he's had at shortstop.
Now one will find the strike zone, making a 1-1 count here for Z Squared. That one up high. And we'll have a quick
here.
Imagine this just to settle down Jackson Gauss. He was able to close out the last inning. It was just one batter, though.
Oh, really? That's what he said. He thought it was an 8. I'm like, I don't know.
A humid, muggy day here at East Clayton Community Park. Currently 83 degrees, completely overcast. Had some rain earlier in the day. Cooled things off for a bit, but the second that sun came back out, it was all over. That one's on the inside. Z Squared draws the lead-off walk here for the Clovers. So no outs on the board. Runner on first, and now
first baseman number 5,
Big
Mike
Mike.
Snyder.
Big Mike, big plays, big bombs. That one bends in for strike one. 3 home runs now in the last 4 games. An impressive streak there for Mike Snyder.
The rage continues.
Big Mike, big rage. That one way up high. 1-1 count. We'll take a heavy swing at that one. Fouls off to the right side. 1-2 count. Big swing and a miss there. Mike Snyder strikes out in his third at-bat. First on the day for Jackson
The
Gauss.
third baseman, number 24,
Now it's going
JoJo.
to be Joe Allen, third baseman. That's in there for strike one. Gauss seems to be settling in a bit.
That's another element when you turn to the bullpen. When you come in the middle of a game, in the middle of a situation, it can be difficult to ease into it. And he did well to get out of that situation where there was a runner in scoring position, and now he's doing well working the strike zone.
Especially with that leadoff walk, that can be detrimental to the mental game sometimes. And other times, sometimes you just need it to settle in to help you lock in, find the zone. Huge swing and miss there. JoJo Allen now. 1-2 count. That's Z squared over there on first. Shown no signs so far of. Well, right as I say it, there it is. He takes off. Was looking casual the whole time, and almost like a meme, just started sprinting. So Zach Zoltolski goes over there. He steals second, puts a runner in scoring position now for JoJo Allen. Working a 2-2 count.
You love,
one out on the board.
You love the aggressive action. You have to take these moments to get yourself to the playoffs.
Another foul off. Ooh, it hit the light.
I don't know who that was, but that was really funny. If you didn't hear someone, after everyone had reacted to it hitting the light, you heard the typical crowd gasp, but then someone just said from the Clovers dugout, "Oh my God!" And very good comedic timing.
Clovers are good at that. JoJo Allen hits that one right towards the first baseman. They'll make the grab. Second play we've seen like that today.
Was it also JoJo Allen or was that Zach Lyon?
I want to say.
Your designated hitter, number 32, Jackson.
I want to say it was Zach Lyon.
Okay.
Looking at my score sheet here, that's what I'm picking up.
Opposite side of the field though, and again just unlucky. Good contact off the bat, but right at the infielder.
Good awareness by the infielders on both those plays. Now 2 outs, runner still in scoring position. It's Jackson Dunlap. He'll take the first one upstairs, 1-0 count. Count now. Of course, the back swings back. Zoltolski takes a light jog over to second. Clearly lost the trust of the pitcher as Dunlap swings and misses that first one.
Now, obviously, you're looking for a deep outfield base hit to try and score that run in the form of Zach Zoltolski, but you don't need to get everything in one swing of the bat. You can get on base yourself, put runners in the corners, and trust the next man up to deliver as well.
Plenty of men to trust here in this Clovers lineup. Now a 3-1 count. Jackson Dunlap with a good eye. To say I'm still not over the Zoltolski stolen base. He was so casual before taking off. Looked like a kid who got caught doing something he shouldn't have. That one on the inside. Good for a walk for Jackson Dunlap. He reaches base for the second time today. It's going to be Alex Levesque, next man up.
Dunlap draws a walk for runners at first and second. With 2 outs for your catcher, number 4, Alex Levesque.
That one in there for strike one. That one upstairs, making a 1-1 count for Levesque.
That one crashed through the roof of the house.
Sure did. They'll be looking for Clayton Ready Roofing after that one. That one down at the feet. 2-1 count now for Levesque. 0 for 1 on the day, has drawn a walk. Swing and a miss, not a miss, but contact backwards. 2-2 count for Levesque.
Just gotta stay in the fight here. Foul keeps you alive.
Looking to extend this bottom of the 5th inning here for the Clovers. A tight 3-1 game so far. That one on the upside corner. 3-2. Martin's going to take off on this one. Hit right towards the third baseman. They'll laser it down to first.
That'll end the bottom of the
And
5th for the
the bottom of the
Clovers.
5th
No
now.
runs, no hits,
So the
no
Clovers
walks, no
still
errors.
up 3-1. They strand
We're through
2
5.
on the bases. We're through 5
remain.
already, Will, and we're
Clovers
heading
3.
down to the
And the
6th.
Wingmen
Don't go
1.
anywhere. You're watching Clayton Clovers
All right, fans, it's
baseball.
now time for our wonderful
Bryce Stanton leading things off now for the Wingmen. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Had a single at his last at-bat. Seth Bullock out for his 6th inning of work. Coaches still have a lot of faith in him. He has been on fire throughout the night.
Yes, technically, John, with all the errors that the infield had early on, he has not given up a hit.
Wow. Make it a 2-1 count now here. It's now Seth Bullock, slightly behind in the count. He's going to pitch it outside. It's going to be a leadoff walk for the Wingmen. So Bryce Stanton reaches first. It's going to be Wade Jarman up next. Only Seth Bullock's 4th walk of the day. That one hit up high.
Couple of steps in
Caught
for center
over in
fielder.
center field. Jack
Number
Stark
1.
picks up out number 1.
Now batting designated hitter number
Very
46.
calm and
Daniel.
casual. So 2 up, 1 down here for the Kinston Wingmen. Daniel Kakankai up next. He is also 1 for 2 on the day. And Will, there's some bubbles floating onto the field now.
Bubbles. Wonder where they're coming from.
Huge swing and miss there. Runner will take off from first to second. Throw down. Not quite in time. So an 0-2 count. Bryce Stanton does steal second.
We can just add bubbles to the list of weird things that we've seen at East Clayton Community Park.
Certainly have seen quite a few bizarre things in our time here. Makes it fun. You never know what you're going to expect. As that's looped up. Garrett Moffitt, an amazing slide grab. Good for out number 2. What a play there by Garrett Moffitt.
Shortstop number 3, Dawson Abels.
So Dawson Abels up next. Garrett Moffitt has been absolutely lights out in the outfield. So quick 1-0 count here. That's in for strike 1. And that's made contact with Zach Soltowski has it. He'll throw it out first. Good for out number 3. Wraps up this top of the 6th inning. Clovers up next. They lead 3-1. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Clayton Clovers baseball. Jackson Gauss takes the mound for his next inning of work. It's going to be Will Orr leading things off here for the Clovers. Had a fielder's choice, also reached on a walk. was brought home. An excellent slide to get home. We'll foul that first one off. That ball's still stuck up there in the fence.
I was just checking, yeah. Last one got taken out, unfortunately, by the umpire.
Last one was just nudged in there. That one looks a little more wedged in. I don't know if just throwing a ball at it will make too much of a difference.
And then I wake up.
2-1 count here for the second baseman. That one on the inside, good for strike two. Evens up the count now. That one way up high.
If the last high one that we said was through the roof, that one was just over the entire house.
You know, that one missed the house completely. 3-2 count. Maybe tap the top of the chimney. Oh, that one plays a bit of ping pong. Will Orr draws his second walk of the day.
4. At first, for your left fielder, lucky number 7, Zach Ryan.
We had our first interaction with a player during a game. The Wingmen catcher came back to us and said, "What a catch."
He's having fun with it today. We love to see that type of character here in the Old North State League. Even in competitive games, everyone able to have a good time with it. So a runner on first now in Will Orr. 0-1 count here for Zach Lyon. They'll take that one just high, 1-1 count.
Water, please. Water. What you do?
I'm good.
I can make it this way. I can make it all.
Check on Orr at first, but he's able to stand up and walk back to the base and be safe.
And now they'll check on him again. A little bit closer, but the throw down was high. First baseman had to jump pretty high for it.
Yeah, that was close to being an error.
So 2-1 count now. And that one hit up high towards center field. They're racing after it.
Oh!
And they can't make the grab. Falls, hits the wall. Unable to make much of a play off of it besides just a single. Everyone thought that was going to get caught just enough time to reach their bases.
Still, though, to get two people on base with no outs in a game like this,
Brings to the plate,
It can be big.
number 17, Jack Stark.
It is absolutely huge. This bottom of the order has been on fire for the Clovers throughout today. Now it's Jack Stark. Stark, who has a single RBI so far today. 1 for 2.
I'm not negotiating now.
And a high bunt shown there. 1-0 count here for Stark. With runners on first and second, Clovers have a chance here to really keep blowing this thing up.
a bunt here, though, makes a lot of sense. If everything goes right with the sack bunt, you get second and third.
You see the
Loaded
first
up.
baseman really infield there. And a beautiful bunt rolls down to the pitcher. Certainly close. Jack Stark out at first, but advances the runners to second and third without a hitch.
That was a really good.
That was laid down exactly where he wanted it. Both the first baseman and the third baseman being really in the field. I think had it been to one of those two, the throw would have immediately been to third base to keep that runner from advancing, but he placed it beautifully down the middle. Only play pitcher had was to first. So 1 out on the board, 2 runners in scoring position, and it's Garrett Moffitt at the top of the order.
Now, this at bat is big, but also Harrison, the third baseman for the Wingmen, correctly pointed out that you have to go to first here because no force.
Guess what? I got a fever. The only prescription is more confidence.
So 1-1 count now. And that one hits the lower outside corner. 1-2 count now for Garrett Moffitt. And a drop strike three there, but Garrett Moffitt is going to reach. That brings home Will Orr. Clovers score.
That's another.
A massive drop strike three there. So in a weird way, Garrett Moffitt strikes out, but he's safe at the same time.
Talk about being lucky, John.
Brings back to the plate. Your shortstop, number 6, Axel Tusky.
A great heads-up play there by Garrett Moffitt. He still reaches base. Still brings home a run. Clovers now lead 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Also, Will Orr, his awareness to come home on that one.
Everybody was ready for that. They were one step ahead. Garrett Moffitt, that was a bit of a weird play. Found himself trapped between first and second. He locked eyes with the catcher, then the catcher just threw back to the pitcher like he didn't see anything.
Oh, the catcher wanted to protect home plate, I guess? Because if they got into a run down,
then home plate.
Lion could score.
I think you're right there. 2-0 count now for Zoltuski. Especially if it was a run down that caused a lot of time and drama, I think we would have really seen Zach Lyon absolutely start tearing for home.
A lot of complex things going on this inning offensively.
That one on the inside. 3-0 count. Zoltuski has the chance to load up the bases here. And he will. Zoltuski makes it over to first now.
And it's the absolute worst batter that you could have coming up if you're the Wingman with loaded bases.
We've already seen one grand slam off of Big Mike. Now we're going to see a pause here. Really got to slow down the game here. Find yourself in the jam. 1 out, 3 runners on. Already down 3. If you're the Wingman, you don't even want to let 1 run go by here.
Very low energy right now from the Wingman dugout. I mean, you look in there, not a whole lot going on activity-wise.
So fist bumps all around. Jackson Gow
For the Clovers, for the big man,
but
first
now
baseman,
Big Mike.
number 5, Mike Snyder.
Walking with a mission, with a purpose. That mission and purpose is bombs, Will.
He wants to keep that goal that he set the All-Star break with the entire team alive. They want to reach that goal. They want to get to the playoffs. And so far, they are on track to do that.
Is that yet another fireworks show I hear, Will?
We can hear it. We can't see it. But I believe that's what it is.
Big swing and miss there with the foul tip in the glove. 0-1 count here for Mike Snyder. Bases loaded, just one out. Well, if it is indeed that, mark that is 3 fireworks shows here at East Clayton Community Park. Big swing and miss, and that one was upstairs. 0-2 count.
There was no way we could have went because it was our only night of all.
So now Mike Snyder finds himself down in the count. Jackson Gauss looking to keep runners from advancing. I'll foul that one back. Keeping it 0-2 count now. So we're set to resume here. Gauss up in the count. That one on the inside, 1-2 count now.
Protest from the Wingmen dugout, but the umpire at home plate kind of just shrugs it off. I believe he said no more. Just wanted to get back to the game.
Mike Snyder calls time now. Had to regain his focus after that short break, and now he's back into it. That one fouled straight back, keeping it 1-2. Snyder locked into a battle here. He does not want to go down easy.
I know. Oh, hey, little saucer.
And a swing and a miss at that one. Mike Snyder strikes out. So 2 outs on the board now. Ideal situation for the Kinston Wingmen.
Now batting your third baseman,
Base is still
24,
loaded though.
Allen.
And it's going to be JoJo Allen. So JoJo Allen, 2 outs in a big moment. First swing and miss. Gauss starting to regain some confidence after that last strikeout. Another big swing and a miss. Gauss starting to feel himself a bit.
He's really got these clever batters chasing now.
A complete shift from what we saw earlier. Credit to Jackson Gauss there for being able to make the switch. That one outside, making a 1-2 count. That one fouled back, keeping it a 1-2 count. Oh, Will, I just got myself a piece of the chain link fence here.
Oh, another one?
So we each have a piece of the souvenirs now. I don't know if you have kept track of yours. I have a feeling I'll have a very hard time keeping track of this.
I was keeping it on the table, and I think the rain washed it away.
Most likely. So I'll go ahead and keep that on the table. That one hit out towards left field. They've got a man underneath it. They'll make the
And
grab.
the bottom
That
of the
will end the
fifth for
inning.
the
Wingmen
Clovers.
get away
They score 1 run.
in their
Three
own
hits, 2
Houdini act. Bases
1
were
error. They lead
loaded.
3 on base.
Now the Clovers still
We're
lead
through 6.
4-1,
Clovers
and we're
increase
going to the 7th
gracefully
inning.
4-1.
Don't go anywhere. You were watching Clayton.
All right,
There's
fans, it's now
baseball.
time for our mascot race. As you see, Clyde. Third baseman number 2.
Clovers turned to new help on the mound now. Tanner Huntley comes in the 7th inning. Seth Bullock went 6 full innings, had himself quite a day. Just 4 walks on the day, 5 strikeouts. Will, what stood out to you about Seth Bullock's performance today?
Just the length that he was able to go. 99 pitches in 6 innings. And like you said, the strikeouts, 5 of them. And you said 4 walks?
Yeah, 4 walks.
That's a really good day, especially for a team that's trying to make a playoff push. Only 1 run on the board for the Wingmen, so you got to take your hat off to Seth Bullock.
Absolutely, you do. Seth Bullock went out there, put it out all on the mound. He did his part. Now the Clovers just got to close out this game. 4-1 lead here for the Clovers in the top of the 7th, and it's an 0-2 count. Make that 1-2 now for Dawson Abels. Tanner Huntley's been a hot relief pitcher for the Clovers over the past few weeks. Oh, and that one's going to make contact. They're checking if he swung.
Harrison takes first on the hit pitch. Put the runner at first, no outs.
So they're going to call that a hit by pitch. A lengthy explanation from the umpire to Landry Moore. Moore seemed to be okay with that call.
It really didn't sound like it hit the bat at all. I feel like we would have heard some
kind of crack.
Some kind of crack or something.
Instead, you kind of hear that plain thud that makes it seem like it definitely hit the batter. So, leadoff hit by pitch. Runner on first for Huntley, who worked up a 2-1 count prior to that. 4-1 lead here for the Clovers in the top of the 7th, and that's another swing and a miss. So it's Shimada Brown. That one hit out towards center field. Jack Stark racing after it. He's able to make the grab. Good for out number one. Fisher Harrison runs back over to first.
Great awareness and movement by Jack Stark to get the out there, keeping the, like you said, keeping the man at first from advancing.
He was definitely ahead of that ball. I mean, we rarely see the outfield let a ball like that drop here in East Clayton Community Park. Earth is 70% water and 30% Clayton Clovers outfield.
It's a good one. I like that.
Now a 1-0 count here for Travis Camacho. That one chopped on over to JoJo Allen. They'll turn it over to two. Unable to get it to first in time, but they do get one out now. So Camacho reaches on a fielder's choice. 2 outs, just a runner on first. For Tanner Huntley, I'd say this inning's going swimmingly so far.
8 pitches, 2 outs, 1 from a flyout by Stark, and 1, like you said, fielder's choice by JoJo Allen.
Huntley's been one of those guys throughout the season, too, who he can get strikeouts. He's not necessarily a high-volume strikeout pitcher, but he does such a good job of relying on his field. And we've seen all of the super successful Clovers pitchers be able to do that. That one popped up high. Looks like it's going out of play. JoJo Allen, who already has 1 fence catch, tried to get another.
You know, part of what we were saying with relying on your field, the rotation that you get on the ball can still put it in play, but it can give you a direction that's going towards with the fielders.
Certainly can. A lot goes into being a pitcher. It's not just throwing strikes. Runner's going to take off. That's fouled off. So runner's going to have to go back. Still a 1-2 count here for Starkweather. And that one good for ball 2. Definitely close to the strike zone. Now a 2-2 count here. 2 outs on the board into the top of the 7th. And there it is. Tanner Huntley picks up his first strikeout of the day. Strikes out Starkweather. Ends the inning. Clovers still up 4-1 going into the bottom of the 7th. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. Saturday night baseball resumes here in Clayton, North Carolina. Clovers currently sporting a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jackson Dunlap up to bat now. That's in there for strike one. That one's just a bit low. We're going to 1-1 count here now for Dunlap. Clovers last time stranded, bases loaded. There's only one out, a strikeout, and a pop fly ended the inning for the Clovers. Wingmen got out unscathed. Now the Clovers look to reload the bases and change fate a little bit as Jackson Dunlap gets a hit right down the middle. He's reaching first.
Dunlap with a leadoff single.
Dunlap 2 for 3 so far on the day. His reach base 3
Brings
times.
to the plate your catcher, number 4, Alex LeMay. Last call for 50-50.
So Alex LeMay now.
Last call.
That one up high. Good for ball one for the catcher. Ooh, and that one above Levesque's head. He has to do a little dance to get out of the way. 2-0 count. And that one hit right to the second baseman. Everyone thought that might have been another base hit. Jackson Dunlap safe over at first, so there's one out on the board. Dunlap's still on first, and we're back over to Will Orr.
It's the third time that's happened to a Clovers batter.
Unreal.
Coming to the plate, your second baseman.
Great awareness by the Kinston Wingmen infielders. Could be a menacing catch to make when you've got a line drive like that. Gotta imagine the gloves at least a little bit sore after that. And that one hugs the bottom of the strike zone, 0-1. That one outside, evens it up at a 1-1 count for Will Orr. And that one inside, 2-1 now for Orr. Jackson Dunlap over on first.
There's a wind gust that has picked up. It's blowing from right to left, just to note the weather.
Certainly can play an impact on the pitcher after it's been so calm for the rest of the night. A massive foul ball there. Loads up the count now for Will Orr. Runner's going to take off. Not that it's going to matter. It's upstairs. That puts runners on first and second with just one out now.
Ball draws a walk. Puts runners at first and second with one out. For your left fielder, number 7, Zach Lyon.
Now it's going to be Zach Lyon. That wind gust really picking up now. One out on the board for the Clovers. Jackson Dunlap at second. Will Orr over at first. Will Orr has reached all 4 times.
Really?
3 drawn walks and a fielder's choice.
It's 2-mile-per-hour winds plugs the north.
Feels stronger than that, but I'll take your word for it. 1-0 count.
Of course, that is at the weather station, as I learned from you in the area. So could be different here.
That one hit out to the left side. Runner's going for it. It's going to hit the wall just a bit short. Jackson Dunlap coming home. That's going to be a stand-up double for Zach Ryan. Ryan's having himself a game. 3 for 4 now, 2 RBI. 2 doubles on the day and a single. Jack Stark now up next. 5-1 lead for the Clovers. Runners on second and third here, and here comes the pitching coach. I think this might be the end of Gauss's day. It sure is. Jackson Gauss done for the day. We will come back when we've got that name and number for the next pitcher for you. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. So Jack Stark now up to the plate. The Wingmen turn to a familiar face in today's game, the prior third baseman, Fisher Harrison.
Well, this just further adds to my theory that every player in the Old North State League is a pitcher.
They can do it all.
They can do it all.
Taking over at third base is going to be Carswell, number 14. That's in for strike one. So runners on second and third now for the Clovers. Zach Lyon, Will Orr. Zach Lyon having himself a night. That's on the inside zone for strike two. An 0-2 count here for Jack Stark, the center fielder who has absolutely been on fire. And a drop strike three, second of the day, but this time they'll get him out. Will Orr looked to come home, was not able to. He retreats back to third. So now 2 outs on the board, second and third, and it's back to the top of the order. Garrett Moffitt. So the second drop K of the day for the Wingmen. Only one resulted in an out. Back to his Garrett Moffitt, who did it last time, a 1 count. Really love hearing the chirps of encouragement from the Little League team.
They know the game. They love it.
Absolutely, they do. I'm sure the Clovers players love hearing it, too.
I'm sure quite a few of them, this isn't their first game, and they really look up to these guys. So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, having high-level baseball here in Clayton, it's inspiring for kids. That one's down low, 2-1 count. A lot of the Little Leaguers got to do a bit of a warm-up with the Clovers, toss the ball around with Brandon Humphreys. Big swing and a miss there. Bring it up to a 2-2 count now for Garrett Moffitt. Runners on second and third, both in scoring position. 2 outs on the board. 2 is just the number of this moment. And that one popped up towards center field. They've got a man underneath it, able to make the grab. That'll end the 7th inning. Clovers lead the game 5-1. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball.
Increases now. The Clovers 5 and the Wingmen 1.
Jacob Alvarado leads things off here for the Wingmen. It's starting to get into crunch time. Only 2 more chances at bat. They find themselves down 4. Tanner Hundley back for his second inning of work. First pitch just a bit low.
And a loss here for the Wingmen maybe not the final nail in the coffin, but definitely one of the last.
Is a dagger of sorts.
A dagger of sorts, definitely.
That one, slow roller. Will
Over
Orr
to
gets
Snyder
it
for
to
out
Snyder. Good for a quick out number
Thanks to the
one
plate,
here.
the catcher, number 16, Bryce Clayton.
So now Bryce Stanton has
And I'll
his
be
chance
calling
to
that
get
win in
things
the
rolling
50-50 raffle
for the
ticket here coming
Wingmen.
up. Middle of the inning, get out your tickets. $60 going to the winner.
That one just a bit low. 1-0 count. And that one down low. They'll call time here to switch out the balls. 2-0 count. That one popped high and foul. Excuse me. 2-1 count now for the catcher. That's in for strike two. Evens it up at 2-2. That one popped up foul and out of play, keeping it at 2-2 count. That one hit out towards center field. Jack Stark racing after it. He's able to make the grab. Good for out number two. So 2 up, 2 down here for the Wingmen. They're down to their last 4 outs of the game.
Second baseman number 11, Wade Jarman.
A little bit of a sprinkle starting to come down here at East Clayton Community Park. And it's Wade Jarman looking to extend this inning now for the Wingmen. First one's a bit low, 1-0. That one hit out into the gap.
Jarman with a 2-out single.
Keeps the inning alive. 2-out single for Wade Jarman.
Pitch hitting now for the Wingmen from San Diego, California, by way of San Diego State University, number 14, Spence.
Due to the sprinkling, the laptop has been put away for now. We'll update the scoreboard when we can, but for now it's going to remain at, I believe, 1 out, 5-1 game in the 8th inning. But if you keep tuning in here, we're switching to a radio style. We'll keep you just as informed as you need to be. And that one down low. A 2-0 count now. Get a 3-0 count. They'll check over there at first. They find the strike zone, making it a 3-1 count now. Number 14, the new third baseman.
How many outs?
2.
Okay. Get the scoreboard reset.
And that will be a walk, however. So runners now on first and second.
The first and second with 2 outs.
2 outs on the board. Here comes Landry Ward talking to Tanner Hunley. Looks like Hunley will be staying for now.
Fans, don't forget, we're right back here at action tomorrow. We'll be having another Beach Music Sunday. It's the final game of our
Tanner Hunley staying in. Fist bumps all around. Just a bit of encouragement, really.
Against the Wake Forest Fungo right here at 7 p.m. We need your base in the place. More exciting Clover baseball.
So 2 outs on the board. Five-1 lead here for the Clovers. 2 outs on the board. That first one fouls back. 0-1 count. Runners on first and second here for the Wingmen as they look to start chipping away if they can before their do-or-die time in the 9th inning.
You can definitely make it easier on yourself if you're the Wingmen by getting 1 or 2 at least.
Even if just to build some confidence. That one down low. Now a 1-1 count. Tanner Hunley starting to slow down the pace of the game a bit. That one fouls back. 1-2 count now. Tanner Hunley has been bouncing back after allowing 2 to reach base so far. And that one, a looking strike 3 right down the middle. Some protest from the Wingmen, which I'm a little surprised about. In my eyes, that was right down the middle.
That was right down the middle. I don't know why there's protests there.
So Clayton currently leading 5-1 here. That ends the top of the 8th inning. Clovers have another shot here to pad on to the lead. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball. Fisher Harrison remains on the mound for the Wingmen. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, it's Zach Zoltowski up first. Clovers leading this game 5-1. In case you're just joining us, some rain passing through the area. Not heavy enough to delay or stop the game by any means, but enough that we had to put away most of our technology, at least. Live stream obviously still running. Scoreboard will not be. So starts with a 1-0 count here for Zach Zoltowski. Pitch down in the dirt. Fisher Harrison has been slowly trying to slow down the pace as time has gone on. Ultimately, I think pacing of the game has really been one of the Wingmen's weak points throughout it. That one just a bit high, 2-0 count. And moments where they would let a walk or two go by, the pitchers tended to get a little flustered and just allowed a few hits to go. As that rings in for a strike, 2-1 count now for Zoltowski. And those few hits were the difference so far in this 5-1 lead for the Clovers. Big swing and miss there, evened it up. 2-2 count here for Zoltowski.
Every phase of the game so far tonight for the Clovers, they've just been more consistent than the Wingmen.
Whether it's hitting, fielding, pitching, you're absolutely right. Clovers have just been consistent throughout today. That comes in as a ball, so it loads up the count now. 3-2 for Z squared. Had quite a few of those here tonight. And he'll take a big swing and miss at that one. Zach Zoltowski strikes out on the night. It's going to be Mike Snyder up next.
Coming to the plate, your first baseman, number 5, Mike Snyder.
Mike Snyder, who's been at first base throughout the day, has been a pretty solid first baseman for the night. Obviously, the highlight so far has been his solo home run shot to open up his game. He'll take a drop at that one.
Too.
That's going deep into right field. They'll make the catch, though. So 2 up, 2 down quickly here for the Clovers. Fisher Harrison trying to make some efficient work here to put the Wingman
Third
bats
baseman,
back
number
out.
24, Joe Allen.
So up next, the third baseman, Joe Allen. And that'll ring in for ball 1. So a quick 1-0 count here for JoJo Allen. So he faces off against Fisher Harrison. 2 outs on the board, nobody on bases. Yeah, it's a big swing and a miss, 1-1 count now. Harrison, who was on third earlier in the night. Now waiting for his signs. The 1-1 comes in just a bit high, 2-1. JoJo Allen staying patient in this 2-out scenario. And he'll take a swing at that one. Third baseman has it, throws down. That's in time. Wow, what a play.
1-2-3 inning for the Clovers here in the bottom of the 8th. With 3/8 still remaining.
A fantastic play by the third
The
baseman.
Wingmen
Sends the Wingmen to their last chance here. It's do or die time for the Wingman batters. Don't go anywhere. You were watching Clayton Clovers baseball. Clovers turn to new help on the mound here. It's going to be Shea DeFalco, the Clayton native, who is the designated closer for today's game. That's a very solid choice.
That's about as good as you can get when you look at anyone in this pitching staff for Clayton. You know, lefty. I always say you have a bit of an advantage with lefties. Only one inning to go. Good opportunity for Shea DeFalco.
Shea has shown off to be a high strikeout, high efficiency pitcher. Is that first one fouling off, but Garrett Moffitt dives to make a play on it, unable to do so. So an 0-1 count here to start this top of the ninth inning. Still a 5-1 game, Clovers lead. Now some time taken. Tension certainly building up here. Clayton has been on a hot streak. The fans have loved to see it, and they've really shown out. Really, the only reason things have started emptying here was that drizzle that's still slightly happening. Huge swing and a miss there. 0-2 count now for Fisher Harrison, Shea DeFalco.
And that's what we're used to seeing from Shea DeFalco.
Shea DeFalco has just been lights out all season long. Usually only used for a few innings at a time. A true closer. As that one's fouled back. Keep it at an 0-2 count. So an 0-2 count on this leadoff batter in Fisher Harrison. And that one hit up high. Jack Stark underneath it. He makes the grab. That's good for out number one. Wingmen only have 2 outs remaining.
Now batting the center fielder, number 36, Shimada Brown.
So now Shimada Brown has a chance. Shea DeFalco getting right off to work, making a 1-0 count here early. That one will get hit towards Garrett Moffitt. He makes the grab. Now just 1 out remaining for the Wingmen.
Top of the ninth.
So in this top of the ninth inning, 2 outs on the board. 5-1 ball game. And that one hit towards Zach Soltolski. Oh, and a rare error on the shortstop. Keeps this game going for now. You really don't see that too often. Might have been thinking too far ahead there. So 2 outs on the board. Runner reaches to first, so we continue here.
And it's Cameron Balance now pinch hitting.
And that ball is going to get past Alex Levesque.
Pinch hitting now for the Wingmen from Kinston.
Runner advances over to second. Ball 1 on the board, 1-0 count. Runner in scoring position here. That one just a bit outside. 2-0 count here. And that one's going to get past Alex Levesque. A 3-0 count here. Runner advances over to third now. 2 outs on the board. Levesque's going to have to fix up some of his padding. So the umps will buy some time for their brother in the trench.
Again, fans, don't forget, we're right back here at the old ballpark. Non-conference showdown with the Wake Forest Fungo. It's another Beach Music Sunday, so you want to come out. First pitch, 7 p.m. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.
So a 3-0 count, and it's going to be a walk. Runners on the corners now for the Wingmen.
Starkweather draws the walk with runners at first and second with 2 outs for the right fielder, number 34, Jacob Alvarado.
And Jacob Alvarado now has a chance to drive home a run here. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Wingmen find themselves down 4. And Shea DeFalco dots up the strike zone early. And a big swing and a miss there.
2 outs, coming away, ready to hear your acceleration.
And just a bit outside the zone. 1-2 count now. Shea DeFalco can close out this game right here. Clovers looking for that 4-game swing. And that's inside. Runner's going to come home. That throw will not be in time. Wingmen score. So now a 5-2 game. Runner over on second now for the Wingmen. So another runner in scoring position. 2-2 count. And that one hit out towards Zoltowski. He has it. He throws to first. Oh, but it's not in time. Another one's going to come home. Now a 5-3 ball game for the Wingmen. They've got a runner on first, just 2 outs. And now the tying run is at the plate, Will.
Every run's important.
Every run is important indeed. That comes in for strike 1. Make that a 1-1 count now. And that one in the dirt. Runners go advance to second. Well, that's the 3rd wild pitch this inning.
Not sure what's going on there.
So now the 2-1 count. Up high, 3-1 count.
This guy will settle down.
I mean, we've seen just how good of a pitcher Shea DeFalco can be. No reason to get too riled up here. Game is still in control. All you need is that last out. That one a bit low. It'll be a walk. Runners on first and second now.
Second with 2 outs.
And the leading run now steps up to the plate. So a 5-3 ball game here at East Clayton Community Park. Tensions have certainly risen just a bit. Landry Moore is going to come out and have a meeting here with Shea DeFalco.
Well, he gives the signal to the bullpen, so it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher.
So we'll get you that name and number when we come back. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. So the Clovers go from one closer to another. This time the All-Star, Will Leonard.
And we talked about him earlier, how he was. We've seen him to be a big leader of this team, particularly the bullpen.
That first pitch is up a bit high, 1-0. So as a recap, it is currently a 5-3 ball game. Scoreboard put away due to weather reasons. Runners on first and second. That comes in for strike one. So a 1-1 count here for Will Leonard. Game leading run currently at the plate. Game tying run currently at first. 2 outs on the board, and Will Leonard racks up a 1-2 count here.
Will Leonard is just throwing them as hard as he can. I mean, he's really whipping them in there.
Will Leonard looking to close this game. Not quite yet. 2-2 ball game just outside the strike zone. Will Leonard has brought some heat and a new attitude here. And there it is. You hear the grunt from Will Leonard. That's a bit low. Good for strike three. Wingmen protesting at that. Doesn't matter. Game's over. 5-3 win for the Clovers. Will, what did you take away from this game?
Going at the coach. For the Clovers, ready to go. Good power man effort. All the players, take this one.
Clovers
Three.
pick up a huge 5-3 win here. Will Leonard comes in and absolutely crushes. Clovers back at home here tomorrow for an exhibition against Wake Forest at 7 p.m. Just 4 more home games waiting for the Clayton Clovers. Every league game matters after this one. That will be it for tonight here. This is John Loomis and Will Dodson signing off. Have a good night.